With the remake of The Lion King dropping on Friday, I thought it was the perfect time to rank all the Disney Renaissance movies from worst to best. But before I get started, I just want to say this is my own personal list. It's my list probably gonna be different than yours. It'd be a bit odd if our lists were exactly the same, but that's the best part about movies, that they're all different. Everyone has their own personal opinion. So instead of biting my head off, let me know what your ranking is down below and maybe why you have them there. This movie's got an extremely weird tone from where 1 minute it's an extremely serious moment with Quasimodo and whatever situation he's trying to deal with, and jump straight over to his very extremely annoying sidekicks. The music itself in this movie, it's whenever I hear it, I'm like, oh yeah, I like that song, but it's never one I can recognize or never one I think about putting on. But say if I'm walking through the Disney store or even have a Disney album playing, I would never recognize it when I hear it. But once it's a movie, I'm like, oh yeah, I do like that. But the villain himself, he's an extremely creepy asshole, so at least I got that part right. I watched this movie for the first time during the night, and even though I did really enjoy it, I just didn't enjoy it as much as the first one. But I did enjoy the first one a lot. My only problem with this one was because even though it's a sequel, they kind of sidelined Bianca and Bernard a lot more than they did in the first movie to let the kid do more of the situation. So they are really, from being the main characters in the first two, I got the opinion that they were kind of B-listers instead of A-listers, and the kid was more of an A-lister because he was trying to escape. Even though in the first movie the character was trying to escape herself, it's just in the second movie they kind of just trying to, I think they kind of focus on the kid a lot more than the mice in the sequel. But the villain, even the villain, I thought was actually a lot better in the first one because even though she's kind of generic, I still found her a lot more enjoyable. Where I just kind of found him annoying, which it is really good when you're trying to get a good villain. And because this is a sequel that for a movie that's in the past era of the Disney lifespan, it doesn't really blend with the rest of the Renaissance movies where these are all like one-time movies with, and then having a sequel in there, it just doesn't really fit. And because Beauty and the Beast came out after and Little Mermaid before, it gets forgotten about a lot. Disney were making this movie and The Lion King at the same time, and they thought that this movie would be a lot bigger than The Lion King. They were wrong, but I think that's because the story of this movie is just extremely generic, and a lot of movies do it every couple of years. They kind of refresh the whole story of this movie. But besides that, the animation in this movie is absolutely gorgeous, and the songs of The Color of the Wind and Just Around the Riverbend are amazing songs. And if you look beyond the story, which is kind of something you shouldn't do with a movie, but it's just a beautifully told and beautifully looking movie. Before rewatching this movie, I didn't really remember it too fondly, but after watching it, I've actually really come to actually like it. I've watched it a few times now after, because I think I watched it about 5 years ago. I didn't really like it, so I left it a good bit. But I bought the Blu-ray about a few months ago, so I've seen it a couple of times since, and I just really enjoy it. It's such a huge epic story. Mulan herself is a great, her love interest, his name escapes me at the moment, but I really like him. The songs, like A Girl Worth Fighting For, and even I'll Make a Man of You, amazing songs. And Mushu is probably my second favourite Disney princess sidekick after Olaf, of course. When I was a kid, I actually never really watched the Tarzan movie. I used to watch the Tarzan TV show and Tarzan 2 a lot, so I don't really have much nostalgia for this movie at all, but the other ones I do. But I'd say if I went back now, they're probably complete crap. The villain in this movie is extremely generic, but besides this villain, the story it's brilliant. Tarzan and Jane's romantic relationship is really helps what carries this movie, and it just seeing their relationship grow from him pretty much being an ape into growing into a man that he needs her to be is brilliant. The songs, that's where it falls down for me. I think if these songs were actually sung by the characters rather than Phil Collins, this movie might be in my top 5. But because it's the characters doing what they're doing and Phil Collins singing way too high over the top, it falls down a bit. That's the same problem I have with Brother Bear. The movie that started off the Disney Renaissance that also has probably one of the most consistent soundtrack where every song is good. There's no bad songs in the soundtrack personally. All the characters are amazing. Even the villain, you actually love to hate her. It kind of falls apart in the third act where all of a sudden we're in a huge battle for the whole side of the ocean. And spoiler warning, Ursula gets killed by a ship even though she's in charge of the whole ocean. I only watched this movie for the first time last year, and the major selling point for me that why I watched it was because I heard Danny DeVito was in it. But upon watching it, I think he's only probably my fourth or even fifth favorite thing about the movie because it's got an incredible villain in Hades with incredible sidekicks of Pain and Panic who are just funny and it's just so meta. The songs are incredible with One Last Hope, Zero to Hero, or even Go the Distance. Meg and Hercules' relationship is just it's amazing. The relationship is just so good, but they're completely driving the whole plot forward, and it just doesn't stop. This movie just does not stop from start to finish. It just keeps going, and I think gets better as it goes on. There's a moment in the movie where Hercules is fighting some huge dragon thing, and he's done by CGI, and that does not hold up at all. But I still enjoy the movie. Everyone knows this is a Robin Williams movie, even if he didn't want it to be. His two songs he sings with Friend Like Me and Prince Ali are probably my two favourite songs in the entire movie. Abu and Aladdin's relationship is just, they're such a fun duo, and when they add Jasmine to the mix, it just seems to get better. The villain in Jafar is such a slimy snake like he turns into the end of the movie, and Iago is just, he's an over the top version of Gilbert Gottfried, which you probably think that couldn't happen. But for some reason, they decided to not add him to the live action. I don't know if it's because they couldn't match Gilbert Gottfried, but why didn't they bring him back? Because they certainly brought James Earl Jones back from Mufasa. So many people would actually have this as their number one, even number one on overall Disney altogether. Personally, I think the one above it is just a lot better. I'll tell you why when I get there. But for The Lion King, it's a great movie. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. This movie is still an amazing movie. Great songs, great voice acting, spectacular movie. That opening scene alone for The Circle of Life is incredible. Probably my favorite Disney villain overall, with Scar and his amazing villain song, which is Be Prepared. Love it. I think that's my favorite song on the whole soundtrack. And I love this movie. I've seen it so many times, and I can't wait to watch it even more. This was actually the first anime movie of all time to be nominated for Best Picture for the Academy Awards. It's one of three at this moment. It's still Disney's first one and only one so far, because the other two are Pixar. This movie's got incredible songs. Probably my favourite being Tales All the Time, and that ballroom scene when that song is playing is absolutely beautiful and stunning. They couldn't even match it in the live action version because it just was so beautiful in the animated version. The villain, if you can call him a villain, Gaston, such an energetic, fun guy to be on screen, and his song as well is just, it's a fun song. Belle, great. Beast, great. Even the servants he has, they're all such different and funny in their own special way. Where Cogsworth and Lumiere, even though they're both his servants, they're both such different characters and they play off each other so well, but the comedy they have is completely different. So that's my ranking of all the Disney Renaissance movies from worst to best. Let me know what yours is down below. If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, either way, just let me know what you think about them all. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.